Accessing the feed now. We're in. But I don't know for how long. You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. They were telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
Timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please!
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time.
Did you say something?
You're one of those. You must understand, I had no choice.
Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Uncut XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. We are diving straight into the first mission, Operation Gatecrasher, and already we have two soldiers that were submitted by viewers. First up is Roland DeWolf, also known as Lucifer. He was provided by Mr. Tundra Nuggets. I really like that name. And second, we have Robert Pillager Wallace. He was provided by Cryptic Squid. And these other two soldiers are just random no counts, so who cares if they live or die. So this is going to be pretty exciting. I normally skip Operation Gatecrasher, but I wanted to see if it was any different in the expansion pack. We did get a different cutscene at the start, so that's pretty cool. Already getting our money's worth, but the basic layout of the mission seems the same. Now, after taking a look at the layout, we do have a height advantage that we could manipulate, or at least we've got this little courtyard area, and then we've got this upper area that the objective is on. So why don't we try to stay in the height advantage? Now, that was a risky move. There could have been an enemy over here, but all of my XCOM senses have not come back to me as of yet. I haven't played the game for a while, so I'm probably going to make a decent number of mistakes for these first few missions. Hopefully, though, all of the mistakes happen on the soldiers that nobody cares about. But it feels good to be back. I'm looking forward to finding out more of the story about War of the Chosen, because even though the story of XCOM has always been primarily player driven, even in XCOM Enemy Unknown, the excitement of the campaign comes more from you making up your own story for your characters. The presentation that Firaxis has and the amount of world building that they go through for XCOM it's truly phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to hearing all the new little tidbits that come out of War of the Chosen. Now, these guys, if they move down the stairs, that might wind up being a pretty solid ambush opportunity. So I'm going to keep these two no counts on the floor. No count. Why do I keep saying that? I'm going to keep these two grunts on the floor. These soldiers that... whatever. Hold on. Okay, I just had to go on Urban Dictionary and look up no count just to make sure I wasn't using the term incorrectly. It is. Oh, I gotta read it again. Okay, no count on Urban Dictionary is a Southern expression meaning no good or that's bad, similar to no dice. So, here we go. If both of them survive, their nickname is going to be No Count. So together, they're going to have the same nickname together. So we've got the Advent Troopers over here in a pretty nice position. Unfortunately, though, I'm playing with the damage fall off option for grenades, which means the outer tiles of our grenades are going to do less damage than the center tile. So even though our damage roll is 3 to 4, those outer tiles have a chance to roll 1 less, or maybe even 2 less. I'm not entirely sure. But that's just something that's going to make our experience a little bit more challenging. Because as I've played XCOM for 400 hours, so I kind of know what I'm doing. So I want things to be as difficult as possible. I'm going to regret it so much, but that's just how I feel. Now, if we don't get a kill on these guys, we're going to get destroyed. It's not going to be pretty. But here we go. Throwing out the grenade. Boom. Not a single kill, but we weakened all of them, and that's pretty good. We are going to get revealed. Let's see how the first ambush goes. Shot number 1. Miss. Connected. And the second shot going to come out. Boom. That one's going to connect as well, but 2 of the targets are going to survive. Hey, look at that. He's running away. That's probably the... Oh, no. He did die. I thought he was alive for some reason. So look at that. The soldier ran away. He's most likely going to call his commanding officers so they can come in and rough us up. But you know what? We have access to a roof. So I think we're going to try to make use of that. I've... In all of my times doing Operation Gatecrasher, I've never seen an enemy on top of a roof. So I don't feel too afraid of sprinting up here. Now, I don't know about you, but I was clenching pretty hard. All right, let's keep going. We're doing pretty well for ourselves. Now, because that guy ran back to his commanding officers, most likely in the next turn, the other aliens are going to run forward. So this could be a good opportunity to get off a single Overwatch shot. I don't want to move up to this position because there's a very good chance we'll reveal another pod there. And because I'm not playing with all pods active, my favorite difficulty mod of all time, we don't want to reveal things before we are absolutely ready to do so. Unfortunately, there aren't very many good positions for us to move to. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I guess we'll just move up against the wall, and we'll have to make the move in the next turn. That Overwatch is not going to do anything, but why not? We're off to a good start, though. But oh, okay, nobody ran towards us, so that's fine. But yeah, but before we continue rambling about the story and whatnot, thank you everyone for submitting characters. I genuinely appreciate it, and it makes these playthroughs, number one, a lot more stressful because I don't want to get anybody else's soldiers killed, but number two, it makes them a lot more exciting because again, that player driven experience, it gets pushed forward by not only my ideas and concepts for what the future of 2035 is like, but also other people get to contribute that as well. And look at that. We've got eyes on that guy that ran away. He didn't call for any backup. We've got a 45% chance to hit. That's pretty good. Missed. Terrible. That sucks. But yeah, and I've always been big on storytelling in games, though. I think that's one of the most important things that you can have in a game. If you can make the person that's playing care about the characters in a game, and it gives it so much more longevity. That may even be part of why I enjoy For Honor so much, is because it does have a little bit of lore attached to it. So it gives it that, okay, this is rooted in its own reality. And here we go. We've got eyes on the pod with the captain. Taking our first shot. It's going through the bricks. and all the marble, and it's going to kill somebody. That is a very, very powerful assault rifle. But yeah, rooting a game in some sort of reality just allows it to have a little bit of extra longevity. I guess we can get a height advantage on the captain from here. This is not bad. So this rooftop, it is half cover, which is dangerous in its own way. But the vantage point is pretty nice. I'm pretty sure we can't destroy the marble with one grenade, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I am going to take this flanking shot on the Advent Troopers, bumping up our crit to 40%. Our chance to hit is 86. Robert Wallace, prove yourself. Beautiful. Let me tell you something, Cryptic Squid. I had to look at your... I wrote everybody's name down, the submitted characters, and I got it on a long list, and I got to keep looking back because I don't remember them all yet. But Cryptic Squid, your boy Robert Wallace is a badass. Now, we do have some full cover in front of us, so we're going to take advantage of that. It's bumped up our chance to hit to 47%. The weapon range increased slightly. Still going to miss. Oh man, I'm really loving this target preview feature. So you can change the keybind to whatever you want, but when you hold that button down, it shows you which targets you can see from the position you're trying to move to. This was already sort of a feature in the game. If you look at the health bars for the enemies, you'll see a little crosshair over their bar depending on where I have my cursor moused over. So that was a target preview feature, but sometimes when you're trying to move to a particular tile, you can't see the enemies. So now you can hold down that button and you get a preview of the targets. Now I can't see anybody from the position that I have moused over, but I want to go here because it's very safe and it will give us some opportunities in the coming turns. So I'm going to sprint over into this window again, going under the assumption that there are no enemies inside the building. I have never in all of my times doing Mission Gatecrasher seen an enemy on top of a roof, and I've never seen an enemy inside of a building. That is an anecdotal thing. That is by no means how the mission is designed. That's just how my experiences have played out. And we're going to try and take one more shot at this guy who has the look of a magician, or I don't know. He's very lucky. Oh, please. I thought it was over. I thought all my dreams were gonna just crumble away in that little instant. Robert Wallace's cover has been destroyed, but thankfully he's got another piece right next to him. But before we move to that cover, unfortunately we don't have a flank just yet on this guy, and that flank would have been very valuable. But let's see what else we can do. The captain at this point in time is the main priority, and from the looks of things we can get a flank on him, but that flank is most likely not going to be enough to kill him. So before we do anything too risky, let's see what the pillager can do. He can get a grenade out. You know what, let's find out how strong these grenades really are, if they can destroy a solid marble monument. It'd be really wonderful if it did. Nothing. Oh gosh. Well, we did 2 damage to the Advent officer and we created a lot of fire around him, which is pretty nice. So that kind of limits the directions he can move, but you know what? It also means that if we score a max roll or a critical hit, we'll kill him. So it's time for Lucifer to collect. Well, no, that's the Grim Reaper. Never mind. Let's just shoot him. Let's just shoot him. Thumbs up. All right, so we're doing pretty well. We're taking a very, very safe approach to this, so that's most likely why we're not running into any real trouble. We've been inching up, not revealing any pods unnecessarily. We've been very conservative, and part of what's making this mission so much easier than what I'm used to is there's a mod called All Pods Active that I've been playing with for a long time, and as its name suggests, as soon as one pod activates, all of the pods activate and that ramps up the difficulty of every mission significantly, but it makes Gatecrasher an absolute nightmare because you don't have a lot of tools at your disposal. But for the moment, we're getting by on pure tactical expertise, but also the level of badass epicness is too high for these aliens to handle at the moment. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Damn it, we're missing a lot of shots though. Okay, so these I believe are the last two enemies on the map. So we can be a bit more brazen about how we approach things, but we've also got to be safe at the same time. Now the biggest problem with the Sectoid is that it's a complete asshole at this stage of the game before you get a flashbang. So we've got to try and kill it before it can resurrect any zombies or turn our soldiers into mind-controlled suicide bombers of sort. That's not a real thing. It doesn't make them blow themselves up. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I think I'm a little bit tired. Let's just throw a grenade. I think that's good enough. Mind-controlled suicide bombers. That would be a cool feature. Let me tell you something. If there's any modders out there that are listening to this playthrough, if you can find a way to give the sectoids the ability to mind control someone and then make that person explode, that would be truly wonderful. I will put it in my playthrough and we'll have a good time. So let's just take this 27% chance shot. Is going to go straight over his head. It's very unfortunate. We're going to have to try and get a flank on the sectoid. That's the only way we're really going to kill it. So we're going to start rushing up. Unfortunately, we don't have any fancy abilities like run and gun that we can make use of at this time. So we have to stick with these pretty conservative moves and try our best not to put ourselves in a position where this Advent officer can flank us and take a shot. So we'll just move up to some full cover. It's a little bit closer, get the weapon range a little bit better. What the hell? Take another shot at the sector. Missed.
Come on, focus. Get me out of here, please.
Alright, he resisted the mind control from Mind Spin and he got panicked, so that's the best possible outcome besides completely avoiding the mind control, but it's still very unfortunate because our guy over there, he was going to be the one to get the flanking shot on the sectoid, but that is no longer an option for him. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We can get a flank on the sectoid right now, but we can't kill him even if we crit. And the problem is, if we don't kill the sectoid, he's going to walk up to us with his laser pistol, and he's going to shoot us in the face, and it's probably going to kill us. So, I'm not gonna make any bold moves right now. I'm being very conservative, and I'm hoping, I am praying to all that is holy with the R. Oh, I thought I revealed another pod with the random number generators and whatever. Let's just go. No risk for the dead. The panic has been removed, and by the way, it's a really nice touch what they've done with the audio cues and the visual cues for the different status effects that your soldiers can receive. It is a lot easier to follow certain things now that they pop up, and the effects of things have been made much more apparent. Like Mind Spin, it's always been known for me that it has a chance to disorient and a chance to mind control all in the same ability. But the fact that they tell you that on screen now is just a nice little touch that makes the gameplay experience a little bit clearer for the user. And now that we've blown up his cover, I think it's only right that we be a little bit douchey, walk straight into his face, point the gun in his mouth, and end his life. I thought it missed for a second. That would have been crazy. And we got some loot as well, and Elerium core. How wonderful. Zombies dead. And we can place the X4 charges on the monument. And then we're going to blow it up. So there we go. That's pretty much the gist of how the rest of this playthrough is going to go. It's a mixture of me rambling about different topics and also talking through the strategy portion of XCOM. So if you enjoyed this episode, you're going to enjoy all the remaining episodes. Now, what we're going to do after we finish through the combat of a mission, we're going to go in and make a poster for our soldiers. This is arguably one of the best features that was added to War of the Chosen, where essentially the premise is that your soldiers brought with them a little ass digital camera, and after they kill a bunch of aliens, they're going to prop this thing up somewhere and take the most awesome selfie that they can come up with, and they're going to print it out and paste it somewhere in the Avenger. So we're going to go in and make one of these at the end of every mission, and there's no better way to start than by using the two soldiers that were submitted by the viewers, and I'm still forgetting you guys' name. Cryptic Squid and Mr. Tundra Nuggets. How could I forget Mr. Tundra Nuggets? But you two are the first two soldiers to get a poster, and that feels really damn cool. And the last thing to do is head back to the Geoscape. Now, because we are still in the early stages of the campaign, we don't get to play with all of the new features, but as they continue to arise, we're going to talk about them. But straight off the bat, there was something really cool that was uncovered with the research. I started off with hybrid materials because I like to go for plated armor to start things off. It increases the health and durability of our soldiers significantly so they don't get instant killed. But as I was researching it, after the research completed, we got a special thing called a breakthrough. Now, this was a feature that I was not expecting at all. It is a temporary research that we can do that will bolster our weapons, and I'm assuming armor and different things as well. The research we got was improved cannons. This will increase the damage of our cannons by 1, and that is way more impressive than it sounds. 1 point of damage, especially in the early game of XCOM, is insanely valuable. And finally, we're going to wrap things up by heading back to the Geoscape. We're finishing up the scan over the rookies that we found, so we got a couple of new additions to our barracks, and then we're moving on to another objective that we can scan. It is for an engineer, and shortly after that, a guerrilla ops mission is going to pop up, and the reward for that is another engineer, so we're getting our production forces ready to start digging out the alien debris in the Avengers. So we're off to a pretty good start, though it is unfortunate we didn't get any scientists. They are helpful for speeding up research for Dr. Tygan so we can get advanced weapons quicker. But either way, I've rambled on enough. This is going to wrap it up for today. There's going to be plenty more XCOM 2 War of the Chosen in the future, so stay tuned for that. As always, the name of the game, it's XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. You already knew that. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if there are any topics that you would like me to ramble about. If they're gaming related or about anything in particular, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And if you have a soldier name that you would like to submit, head over to the description and read the format for it and put it in the comments as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.